Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's video from James and Rob. Now, if you missed part one of our two-part Scottish and Yorkshire trip, then make sure you go back and watch that. I'll put a link above. But in last week's video, I left home, explained why I was going on my own, headed up to see friends in Yorkshire, and then to Leeds, and then onwards to southern Scotland in Peebles, and then on to Pitlochry to meet my other friends in their timeshare before we headed up to their hometown of Kroll, where this week we pick it up by going to the most unlike shopping mall you've ever seen before. So let's kick things off there. We've come to the House of Brewer, which is like a shopping centre and nice restaurant, and it's very busy here. It's on, what day is it today? It's Friday, and it's really busy. You can buy everything here, from your tartan handbags, hats. Come to look at the menswear. Ooh, some nice whiskey. You can get kilts there. You can get some trews. Obviously, kilts with velvet is the in thing. We were just saying that this is a shop for men of a certain age, which might be our age. Look at all the gins. Nice deli. So we're in the deli at the moment. They've got pie shop, cheeses, crisp sweets, Scottish biscuits, Spanish nougat, fudge, and lots, everything you can imagine. Butchers apparently as well. Such a nice environment, and makes a change from the typical shopping malls. Let's just have a quick look here. You can see the map. We stopped for lunch and I had an amazing Aberdeen Angus beef pie, and then after finishing lunch we got on our way and headed to our next destination, a Scottish castle. We stopped to go into Castle Mingus, which is pretty spectacular. There's a haunted castle tour that you can do if you're brave enough. Don't think I'd like to be stuck in here alone with these mannequins at night. I always used to think they came alive when no one was around. That castle was worth visiting if you are into history, although it was quite expensive to enter at £12.50. After a busy couple of days in Pitlochry, we had a chilled evening, and then the next day started making our trek to my friend's home in Kroll, near St Andrews. We are now in a place called King's Barns, so I've driven from where we were staying in the timeshare in Pitlochry and Loch Rannoch, and we've driven about an hour and 40 minutes through Dundee and towards St Andrews, and I'm staying at my friend Andrew's house for a few days, and we came to lunch at Cumber Gardens, and now we are having a wander around the gardens, and it's not too busy today, so as you can see the weather continues to be beautiful, although there is a little bit of a cooler breeze today, but I've still got my sunscreen on and my t-shirt and shorts, so long may it continue. So anyway, we'll take you around this area. We can see sea on two sides from my friend Andrew's place, and I've got to try and find somewhere to charge the car because I'm down to 30%. But I'm sure we'll figure that one out and just enjoy the next couple of days before I start heading back. What pretty that is. We were just saying we'd love to have a walled garden like that. And then there's this, and there we go, look, there's a bit of history if you want to pause the video and you can have a read. But look at this lovely old greenhouse or glass house as it's called. We've no doubt some exotic plants in there. This was a great place to spend half a day and also have some fantastic vegetarian food, and if you're into volunteering then you can also go and garden there as well, but highly recommend a visit if you're in the area. So we've come to Anstruther's for the evening, which is absolutely beautiful. We're going to a wee chippy fish and chip shop, which is one of the top 20 fish and chip shops in the world, so hopefully the food will be really good. But I can confirm it was not something you'd eat every day because it's probably about 10 million calories, but if you are going to eat that much then go to the best place you can get it, and this was definitely one of them. So time for a post-supper walk and to burn off some of those calories. So this is Anstruther, although I'm told the locals pronounce it as Ainster. I'll put the spelling above. And it was absolutely a beautiful evening to be exploring this fishing village. We have come for a mooch around St Andrews, which I guess is the sort of biggest city near to where we are, and it's very pretty. It's quite early in the morning, so there's not too many people around at the moment, but it is very pretty. St Andrews completely surprised me. Yes, it's the home of golf, but it's also Scotland's oldest university town, founded way back in 1413. You can literally stroll past medieval ruins and world-class golf courses in the same 10 minutes. And the students there give it this amazing energy, like history and youth are having a pint together. And what really surprised me was the beautiful beaches. Somehow I didn't associate Scotland with beaches, which is crazy really, of course. But anyway, there are lots of beautiful beaches in St Andrews. Over here is the golf course. Beautiful quadrangle. Oh, so I picked up this. There's some choral music going on. It's a Sunday today, so yeah, that is the church. How lovely is that? We continued our exploration of all the local villages, and we stopped at our next stop, which was Pittenweem, which is a well-known fishing village. Statue to the fishermen and women. And there's the rest of the town. Right to the edge of the town, and you can see the Isle of May over there, and then this little uninhabited island that's got lots of birds of some kind on it. So that draws to a close my amazing time in Scotland with beautiful weather, beautiful scenery and even more beautiful friends, and time to start making the trek back down south with my first stop in York. So I have left St Andrews this morning and driven down to York, where I'm talking to you now from, and I've just arrived. I left at 6 and I got here by 1, so pretty quick drive. I stopped twice to charge the car, had a fairly pain-free journey. The hotel I'm staying in is right in the town centre, so it's a bit time consuming getting here. And the hotel I'm staying in is across the road. It's the Yorvik House Hotel. Let's go in and let me show you around my room. This is a little boutique hotel that was reasonably priced, and I prefer to stay in places like this than large generic hotels. So there is a little reception area. I'm not quite sure. Well, there's only 7 rooms and I'm downstairs in room number 1, which is down here. So, nice decorated room, some storage space. There's a fridge with loads of stuff in that's going to cost you a fortune. coffee machine, which will be good for the morning because I'm going to leave early. Lots of plug sockets, which is great. Nice comfy bed. This is in the lower ground floor, so that's the street level there. TV, bag store and an old fireplace, and then a nice bathroom with a nice big shower. So that is my room in the Yorkshire House Hotel, which I booked through booking.com, and it was about £90 for the night. But the big advantage is that it's right in the town centre. I also paid £15 to park my car, and they only have 3 parking spaces, so it's a bit of a first come first serve. So if you do want somewhere to park, then book it in advance, because if you park in Marygate car park, it's £22.50 a day, and I paid £15. I'm just going to go and find somewhere for lunch now, and I'm walking through, I think, the cathedral or the castle or the church, I'm not quite sure. It's very pretty anyway. And it's been quite a few years since I've been to York, so I'm meeting friends for supper tonight, and I wanted to get here early enough so I could explore this afternoon and then set off early for the last part of my journey back home after what has been an epic week or so, with the weather remaining still lovely, as you can see above me. And look how lovely these gardens are. York, if you know York, is a very old, I guess, medieval town, so there's lots of lovely things to see. I was just thinking that this place is really popular, probably really popular for weddings, and then someone's having their wedding photos taken over there. But you can see some old ruins here, and a museum here, and I think there's some gardens over here. Obviously it's 4 o'clock now, so lots of people probably coming here post work, and I'm back in my shorts again because it's lovely and warm today. So let's go and explore York. I've got a few hours before I'm meeting friends for dinner, so I'm continuing my walk. I haven't got a clue where I'm going, but it's pretty. Don't know if I've been here with James before, so definitely somewhere to come for the weekend and actually go down there. We go to the river, so let's do that. And just so you know, the gates to the museum in this park close at 6, so you won't be able to walk around here after 6 and have to take a slightly longer route. So the hotel manager told me to get back, but we are now walking down to the river, and I don't know what the river is, but I will put it in the subtitles at the bottom, and I'm sure someone will know. But I am ignorant about York and its history and its geography. So yeah, the museum's open from 9 till 6. Oh look, you can take a little river cruise, which is nice. And here's the river walk. And I think that takes us into town, so that's where we're going to go now.
How about this? What a great name for
A bar or a pub, the House of the Trembling Madness. We can all relate to that. Just walking a bit further into town, I'm going to go left because I think that's where the cathedral is. Walking obviously through an old part of town now. When you look at the buildings and this Ye Old Star Inn, York's oldest licensed bar apparently, and then I think in the distance you can see the cathedral, which is what we're walking towards now. I think York's definitely somewhere you can come for a weekend or a week, or it's a really good, pretty much a halfway point from where I was in Scotland to getting down to Sussex. I think the journey is slightly less tomorrow, but of course there's an awful lot more traffic to contend with as I head south. But it is really nice just having the time now to go and wander and I continue to be very lucky with the amazing weather. And almost out of nowhere, the cathedral suddenly appears, feels very large against the smaller shops and buildings. It's pretty spectacular, blimey. Look at that. That's a very imposing building. Sadly, it looks like it's shut at the moment, and they're doing some repair work over there. Get your bearings. You can see the cathedral in the yellow and the red stick of where we are, and the rest of town. A really nice street. The view of the cathedral at the end, and actually, oh, there's a wheel over there as well. And everywhere you look, there are quaint places to visit. You can get ice cream, you can have your portrait taken, you can buy pies, you can go on the wheel, and you can explore the cathedral. There's a market called the Shambles Market, selling all the knickknacks. Oh look, there's a rum or gin, and goodness knows what else. There's a market called the Shambles Market, selling all the knickknacks. Oh look, there's a rum or gin, and goodness knows what else. Looks like there's a little food market over here as well. There's some food places here. See what there is: fish and chips, crepes, galettes, coffees, Indian street food, hot dogs, some crumbles, teas and coffees over there, noodles, Greek food, so it's pretty cool. I think if I wasn't going out to meet friends for dinner tonight, I'd probably come there and have something to eat. Nice environment with lots of life going on. Now, I said earlier that I would share with you the details of all my charging costs, so as I head down south, this is a good time to share it. I spent £115.91 at public chargers, mostly at Tesla chargers, but £45 of that was charging at Leeds car park, where I got paid an overstay charge. I also spent £15 in home charging, giving a total of £130.91, which according to my app is £72 cheaper than the equivalent petrol cost that I would have spent. I was gonna wait till I got back home before I did my summary kind of summation of this trip. It was a trip that kept me away from home so that I didn't have a temptation to start working. It was one of several trips I've got planned this year in my first year of retirement. It was a trip where I was reconnecting with friends that I haven't seen for a year or 3 years, or friends that I only see once or twice a year, but you know those types of friends that you see and you just immediately reconnect and carry on as though you'd see them last week. Well, that's what the trip was like. Of course, I've been super blessed with the weather, and I'm also super blessed with having so many amazing friends who are willing to put up with me, especially Andrew in Scotland, who we don't know each other that well, to be honest, but he put me up in his timeshare and then in his beautiful home as well in Scotland. And as I said, the purpose of this trip was to reconnect with friends, but there's one friend that I didn't anticipating reconnecting with and that is the beautiful countryside of the United Kingdom. And I know when the weather's great it makes things a lot more beautiful, but blimey, how I really hope this vlog has captured some of how beautiful the UK is. And when the weather's like this, blimey, you really can't beat it. I'm going home with more of a tan than I got when I was in South Africa, or I often get when I go to the Mediterranean, because the weather has been so amazing, and it's sort of made me fall in love with the UK again a bit more. I mean, how beautiful was Yorkshire, and how beautiful was Scotland, and how beautiful were the different terrains in Scotland, where we were by Loch Rannoch with Andrew in his timeshare, and the stillness of that loch. And then we went to his home in St Andrews by the sea, and a very different terrain but still stunningly beautiful. So I really hope that I've captured some of that in this vlog, and I hope it inspires you to spend more time travelling around the UK. You know, we're always thinking about going further afield, but sometimes the most beautiful stuff is on our doorstep. So if you enjoyed today's video, please do give us a thumbs up. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button and the bell so you are alerted when our next video goes live. But other than that, it is Rob on his own, missing James, wishing he were here with me, signing out for now, and we will see you next time.